Hey guys, Flight Sim Jammer here. So I don't know exactly what's going on, but oh, give me a second. Apparently, it's sending the voice through my. Oh, give me a second. Apparently, it's sending the voice through my. How about that? Okay, we'll go with it. Um, I know it says Dirt Rally. We are obviously not in Dirt Rally. You can see my airplane there, and so I have a flight tomorrow, and I'm gonna kind of run through a little bit. I don't know if I'll do the whole thing all the way up to taking off, but I just thought I would throw it on here and see how it works. All right, looks like it's working on both sides. So here we go. I will kind of give you a rundown. The plane I'm flying tomorrow is a Cessna 172. I don't know if that'll actually show up on the screen or not, but um, it is November 61786, and just a standard little trainer. And this plane that we're flying in the sim isn't like modeled exactly after it, but close enough for what we need to do, right? So I'm just gonna jump right into it. I was planning on going through like everything, even going outside, doing a full, flight briefing and everything, or pre-flight, but it took me about 45 minutes just to get this live set up because I am in the sim and not at the desk. So um, we're just gonna jump right in. All right, so passenger safety briefing. I actually have on my iPad scratch pad safety briefing. Okay, today we are going to fly this 172 and we'll get the weather, but it's calm. So we'll be taking off runway 02 and departing the pattern to kind of the southwest. Um, we will go all and over Balt's Peak through the practice area into McMinnville, and uh, we'll see. We'll do the pattern at McMinnville and see how it works. I don't know if all my radios and stuff are working right now, so if not, then I'll do my best. All right, seatbelts. You guys can't see this, but I do actually have seatbelts in my sim, and so. Apparently, I at some point put some USB cords through my seatbelt. Good thing to check. Oh, thing just shut off. Okay. Got the seatbelt out. Probably shouldn't have actually worried about the seatbelt, but mouse over here. See if these guys still work. Okay, those work. That's all actually matters. So, and the seatbelt, old style car seatbelt. Push the button to release. Push it in, click. Pull the strap to tighten. Push strap to release it to make it not as tight. Air vents in a 172. You can't see me, but they're up in the front of the window. And actually, I'm not sure if my mouse will point them out, but if it does, these are the air vents. And the planes we fly, they twist and pull out. That's all the air that we get in that plane. Fire extinguisher, we do not have one on board. Well, it's not exactly laid out. There is gas pumps over there, and you can kind of see it through the window pillar. There is a fire extinguisher there. If the plane catches on fire on the ground, run over and get that one, and stay away from the prop. Okay. In case of an emergency, so in the 172, not the sim that I'm in, the door handles, you have to reach over from the pilot side and latch and unlatch the door. Now, if there is, I'm sorry, that looks like a hot air balloon right there. I don't actually know what that is, but weird. Anyway, uh, reach over, and in the plane, I actually latch the instructor's door. The instructor latches mine. And if for some reason we have to land off airport property, I will reach over. I will unlatch his. The doors won't open. We're in the air. The air pressure is holding it shut. But that way, if you touch down in a field or something, and just like your pickup trucks, if you're on a curb, you can see that the body twists a little bit. Same thing. That way, you can still get out of the airplane. Traffic scanning. If at any time you see traffic, you point, you say traffic. And the only time I don't want you to say it, but you can still point to it, is if I'm physically talking to air-to-air radio or to a controller. I really do think that's a hot air balloon. That's crazy. Serial cockpit, when we are taxiing, taking off in the pattern, no talking unless it's absolutely necessary for what we're doing, i.e., there's traffic coming at us. You see somebody still on the runway, and we're on final, ready to touch down. Would obviously see them, but that's when you can speak up. Okay, do you have any questions? No questions. All right. That is passenger safety briefing complete. Okay, seatbelts are locked and fastened. To me, I have a light on in here. Let me turn that off. Yeah, that's better. Oh, that's much better. Okay. Fuel selector is on both. And anytime that we read it, we reach and touch it. That way you can verify it. Okay, radios and electrical equipment is all off except the beacon light. Beacon light. And only because beacon light comes on next. Okay. Circuit breakers. My sim does not have circuit breakers in it. I don't know why it's clicking in there. I'm sorry. Something is not happy. Okay. Oh, I know what it is. The flap switch sometimes has little issues. That is before start checklist completes. Ninja start checklist. Turn on your beacon light. Got it. Mixture full rich, but so in the planes at the airport, our mixture would have been full rich, but I'm gonna do this to make sure it's working. Okay, make sure it's full rich. Throttle 1/8 inch open. Carb heat. This plane does not have carb heat, but the planes we fly do. So even though we're on the ground, the plane's not started, we grab the carb heat, we pull it out, we check it. One of my instructors has pulled it out, and it was just in his hand. The cable had broke, and nobody had noticed. And in these old planes, you need to carb heat. Okay, brakes are set. Okay, master switch is going to come on. When we turn the master switch on, I don't know. Let me see. Okay, good. You can't see my mouse. Fuel levels will rise. And I'm going to look at my screen instead of that one. Turn coordinator will start to spin up, and eventually the gyro in it will spin fast enough to take that light off. This plane doesn't have, it might say low vacuum up here, or alternator in op. And let's see, that's that. The temperature gauge should move up if this plane has been flown. If it's cold, it won't. And oh, I see. Sorry, the taxi light over there seems to be on, but we'll just not worry about it. Dun. Say not worry about it, and then I do it. All right. So those are the gauges that should come alive. Oh, and our clock will come alive. And when we hit these buttons, then we will verify. So battery, alternator. All right. Oil pressure light is off. Volts. Clock came alive. The little spin up you hear, that's the turn coordinator gyros. And fuel levels are up. And looks like temperature gauge is up a little bit. And our amp gauge, sorry I didn't say that before. Oh, I do have one in here. That is supposed to be flickering because the beacon light up there is spinning and turning on and off. So you can see it. In the actual plane, you'll see that baby flickering. So that all came alive. We can keep going. Okay, primer. I don't have a primer set up in here, and there's not a primer in here. We use a fuel pump in here, so 1000, 2 1003. But in the sim that in the plane that we're going to fly, you actually grab the primer and pull on it, and make sure that it's not going to pop out on you. Okay. And our prop area is clear, and we search around, and then we will start it. Then we will watch our oil pressure, and you guys can watch it down there. I'm going to watch it on my screen. If we get oil pressure, we can continue. Okay, here we go. We got right, left, both, clear, prop. They were slightly mismatched. Okay, oil pressure is good. Oil temp is in the green. We are good to go. Okay, that is engine start checklist complete. So after start checklist, so pre-flighting, our flaps will be down. So flaps are coming up. Our mixture, we're gonna go a 1/2 inch for the taxi. And we still want this down. We want to be about 800 to 1,000 RPM. Okay. Taxi light. Well, so my instructor likes all lights on. So we get all lights on. Beautiful. Okay. And then we will. This one. I skipped it. I skipped Avionics Master. I'm not going to do that tomorrow. Radios did come on, however, 12305 is the frequency for it's frequency for Twin Oaks Airpark. In X-Plane, it's something else. I don't know why it's not the same. But 12305. Switch it over. I do have one in here. Nice. So my buddy that I fly with made this little spreadsheet, and it has all the little frequencies for around our area. And I actually need this for tomorrow, so. Cool, we've got 2 of them. I'm gonna take it. So Hillsboro ATIS is 12765, and so 12765. In the sim, we will pick it up. When we're actually at the airport, we usually don't. Maybe we'll pick it up. Okay, maybe we will. Well, okay. So what we will do then is on the iPad, I can go to Hillsboro, and I can go to weather, and what I need is 2985, and I got to remember which one it is. 2985. Also, we're 170-ish feet at the where we're sitting in the airport. So if we couldn't get that information, we can use that. Actually, we'll look at one thing here. Info, weather, winds. Nice. Runway. Oh, it actually says 31. Yeah, so we're gonna do it different. That I said we're gonna go off runway 20 up there. So cool. Let's continue on. So we did the after start checklist, taxi checklist. Doors are locked, and I push a lot harder in the real planes, but in sim, don't want to break the doors. And the yoke, we're gonna have it neutral for taxi, and we will check the brakes as we start going, and my instructor would check his too, so I will check them twice, but it'll be like he's doing it. And make sure the area is clear before we go. Okay. So start rolling here. Put this down where she should be. Go. Okay. Both brakes work from outside. Left is nice. Right is nice and it's full pressure. Can you check your brakes, please? And he will say my plane or my controls, and I'll say your plane or your controls, and he'll go my plane, my controls. And right brake's good, left brake's good, both brakes are good. All right, my plane. Okay, so stop here. Twin Oaks traffic, Cessna November 786 is taxiing from fuel to runway 20, Twin Oaks. Okay. So there's nobody coming, feet are on the floor. We try to taxi without using the brakes. Just use the prop speed. We do a thing up down here that's called the run up, and we'll go ahead and do that. Be a good thing to do on the stream anyway. Now remember, I might not be doing this exactly right. I'm just a student pilot. Say that out there. And also, when this video gets fully released, it'll be edited for time, so you might not catch everything. It really is a hot air balloon over there. I've never seen that in the sim. Okay, so we get down here and we turn towards the wind. Okay, and we make sure our nose wheel straight and stop. Alright. One thing I didn't say, and it's cool to mention it, the ForeFlight app actually natively connects to X-Plane. We're flying an X-Plane 12, and so it'll actually, as we're flying in the sim, it will show up on, oh, I gotta change something actually. Glad I said that. We'll just pick that one. Okay. It treats it just like it's actually you're out in the real world, and so it records your track log. So I got to make sure that I turn off which plane I'm in tonight, so I don't get them mixed up tomorrow, because I'm hopefully doing the same route tomorrow. So okay. now that we have all that, nose wheel is straight. We checked that. Our feet are on the brakes and flight controls are free and correct. And you can, well, you guys can't see it, and I technically can't see it either, but we know they work, and we will look real for real. Okay, fuel selector valve is on both. Trim. It's a couple notches down for takeoff. Mixture. Make sure I'm not missing nothing. Mixture is full rich. Okay, throttle, we're going to go to 1700. We're holding the brakes, and we're going to cycle our mags and make sure they work. We want 125 RPM and no difference than 50. So here we go. Brakes are held. That's about 1700. Okay, left, right. Got a nice drop. Left both. And left. And because it's a sim, it's the same drop on here. And both. And planes with carb heat, we pull the carb heat, it'll drop down because it's giving it more mixture, more air. And then we check our pressures and instruments, ammeter, and suction gauge. So oil pressure is good, temperature is good, amp gauge is where it should be, suction's in the green, fuel flow is good, and EGT is fine. Beautiful. Okay, now we pull the power back, see if it dies. Pull the carb heat out. She doesn't die. We'll bring her back up to 800. That's closer to 9, but there we go. Alright, we're not going to worry about doing mixture because we're about to take off. So I can't actually adjust this, and it's matching anyway. But in real life, we set the wet compass or whiskey compass to the directional indicator, heading indicator here, and it's hard to see, but they are the same. Okay, and then we set Navarro down there, so we're good there. Our radios, 12305 is Twin Oaks. We want also Hillsboro, which is 1193, so we'll throw that in. The reason we do that is we actually get 119 here. Hey, thank you. Good to see you. The reason we put the tower in is Hillsboro Tower is about 5 miles away, and if there's an issue with the plane and we need to get over there, then we can contact them and get over there. We're not going to have an issue with the plane, but alright, lights are all on. Time is noted. Later than I should be doing this, but we're doing it. Okay. That is the before takeoff checklist is complete. Normal takeoff will be flaps up, and carb heat will be off, and throttle will go full throttle, and lift the nose wheel. And the plane we're flying tomorrow is 60 mile, or it's in mile per hour, so not so. Lift off at 60, incline speed 75 to 80. Normal takeoff checklist. Now takeoff briefing. We're gonna come out here, we're gonna take off from runway 20 as we explained earlier. And can't see it from here, but when we start going, there is a windsock about a quarter way down. If we're not off the ground by then, we're gonna pull the power and get off the runway. If we've already got past that and then something happens and we have runway left, we will pull the power and get off the runway. If we're above ground or we're out of runway, on the other side of that runway is a creek, and we're hoping that we have enough altitude to get over that creek. And if we don't, well, then we're swimming. But it's not going to happen. If we're above 1,000 feet, we'll just circle back around and land back out the runway. The one thing you do not want to do, we see this all the time in the news now, and I don't know why people are doing it. They do it because they panic. Lose your engine 300 or 400 feet, and instead of just going straight into a field or whatever's in front of them, they try to turn back to the airport, and they don't have enough airspeed or lift to do it. And they don't make it, unfortunately. So, all right, we're gonna get going here. So, Twin Oaks traffic, Cessna, I forgot the number, 786 is taking off runway 20, Twin Oaks. All right, guys, here we go. Yes, exactly, the impossible turn. And I just read something today or yesterday that thankfully they made it. They had their plane serviced, and it was the test flight afterwards, and the engine quit. They were at like 200 or 300 feet, and they turned back and made it, thankfully. But yeah, not a good thing to do. Just put it in the field. Insurance company owns the plane. Don't worry about it. Don't try to save it. Okay, here we go. We're gonna try to turn this way and look and see. Sure nobody is on final. We also want to use all the runway we can without going over. Nobody. Turn this way a little bit. Nobody's on the radio, nobody's in the pattern, so we're safe to go back out. Come on, little girl, you got this. There you go. So it's runway 20, and it is marked in front of us. It's hard to see, but verify the numbers there. And here we go. What's that shiny thing down there? All right, feet are on the floor. Full power. Cages are in the green. Speed is coming alive. 40, 50, 60, 65, rotate. Hey, there's that hot air balloon. Check that out. Apparently I didn't set my weather to clear. There is a nursery that we're just about to pass down on our left. In real life, we have to make sure we're past that nursery before we turn out. Otherwise, we get in trouble. Guess you should have done it in the IFR frame. Holy crap. There's our little nursery. Turning out. Everything's nice and smooth. I don't have noise canceling on these, obviously. The ones for the real plane I do. We can turn them on right about now. I'm at 70 miles an hour. Beautiful. Alright. Gonna get our practice area 12275 in 122 75. Should try to work out a camera situation for InSim so people can see the dash and everything. Okay, we won't switch over just yet until we're over the hill. It's a lot more tamer than the flying that you do on your channel. I stated at the beginning of the stream that I have a flight lesson tomorrow and wanted to just run through it because it's a new plane that I haven't been in before. So just gonna fly over here to McMinnville, which is another 15 miles away, and call it good, but about 2,000 feet means we're going to clear the mountain that's just under us. Oh, a little bit more. Alright, once we get past there, switch over frequencies. Get the next frequency queued up, which is 135675. 35675. That's the 8 is for McMinnville. Which I don't even know if we're going to be able to see it or not, but alright. Pull it back a little bit. 2200 RPM. It's supposed to be live weather and traffic on. It's not what the weather looks like outside. Maybe it does, I don't know. No, it's VFR with 10 statute miles visibility. So, okay, 90 knots, doing good there, doing good there. Over this way a little bit. Supposed to be a little airport down here. A game that me and the instructor play when we're flying in a real plane is look down and see where we would put the plane if we had to go down right now. And we could definitely make that little airport. Oh, I see it. It's on the right window. I don't have that mapped up yet, but we'll get all that set up for the next stream. Let's see, Sports Manure Park's behind us. McMinnville will be out in front of us, and we're now within about 10 miles, so we should pick up their weather.
3, altimeter 2984, transition level, flight level 170. Advise on initial contact to have information. Bravo.
So they don't actually give us the information code there, but whatever. I'm not going to complain. It works. 2984 is good. I'm going to bring it down a little bit. One thing that I noticed in the sim that you can't really get the feel of, because it's all seat of the pants, is on your turret coordinator, there's a little ball, and you got to keep that ball centered. And in the sim, it just doesn't. You don't feel it that it's off, so I always forget to look down. Okay, we have that. So now, oh yeah, McMinnville is 1230. 1230. Switch over to McMinnville. Well, listen, there's nobody out there right now. We're about 7 miles out, and I'm gonna do runway 22 just because that's the one that we practiced on. So McMinnville traffic Cessna 786 is about 7 miles to the north. Doing a teardrop entry for runway runway 22 McMinnville. Right, we are slightly going down. Go out this way, we get the airport in sight. Airport should be off to our left a little bit. Traffic pattern altitude here is 1,200 feet at McMinnville. So get myself down to about 1,700 feet to fly over. Willamette River below us. Yeah, babe, it's not the Willamette. I think it is, though. Yeah, it sure is Willamette. Alright. Okay. That should be our airport right there. We're going to come out this way a little more. I'll circle around for the 45. Stay out of people's way. Used to holding right rudder in the real airplane. Just realized that's what I was doing this whole time. Right. Hopefully this doesn't hit the computer too much, but see the airport just passing us right here. Second, it's back where it belongs. Power. I doubt it's going to be, but I hope the flight is smooth tomorrow. Okay. Spin this around, see if it's about truck right next to us there. I have a mini keypad in here that has the view saved on it, but I don't know if they're right, and I don't want to hit it, crash the sim. So that one we're this close. Okay, go ahead and make our do what's called a clearing turn, and make sure nobody's coming that way. Come around. There's McMinnville right in front of us. Would have preferred to be just a little bit farther out. McMinnville traffic, Cessna 786 is on the 45, entering down runway 22, McMinnville. Okay, already about 80 knots. Hey, get this plane trimmed up for racks. Back to about 1800. And when I drop flaps, the nose is going to come up, so push them down. Trim it down. And I had already checked, we were in flap range, which is the white arc. Okay. Turn our base. McMinnville traffic, Cessna 786 is turning base runway 22 McMinnville. This road that's down here runs right parallel to our runway that we need, so that's what we'll be going for. About 70 knots, it's pretty good. Traffic, Cessna 786 is on the final full stop. Okay, look at that. 2 red, 2 white. 2 white, 2 red. Means our glide path is good. If anything, I'd rather be a little high than a little low. Right on. Okay. Gonna go full flaps. Down. to the floor so we don't hit our brakes. Aiming for the numbers. Runway's made, power's out, transition. Just hold it off till she wants to stop. Beautiful. Aerodynamic braking. Let's make this first taxiway. Past the whole short line here. Make sure the whole plane is past it. Alright. Go, I totally forgot to do my gumps check. Yep. Bad. I won't do that tomorrow. So caught up on getting the runway. Okay, after landing checklist, flaps are going up. Heartbeat would go in, and the mixture is becoming rich. 800, McMinnville traffic, 786s, taxiing from the active to parking at McMinnville. Right. Beautiful little Vision jet. Couple Vision jets. McMinnville does get actual private jets in there. Yeah, why not? Let's go park over by this guy. Oh, this is probably a helicopter parking here. Alright. Full brakes. Shutdown checklist. Avionics master is going off. And electrical switches and lights are going off. It's a beacon light. The prop is running. And throttle is going up to 1,000, which is there. And make sure it's pulling out both eyes. Magnetos are off. The keys on the dash. Master switches are coming off. Beacon light just stays on. And control locks and tie downs will put on in post-flight inspection. So shutdown checklist complete. Beautiful. Well, hey, that's all I'm gonna do tonight. Need to get myself rested so I can actually have a good flight tomorrow. I might jump on in the morning. I don't like that I missed the gumps check because that's something I almost never miss. So, but anyhow, thanks for joining us. Glad you guys are around. And if you missed it, look out for the video on YouTube. Have a good night. Remember, land safely.